Okay. How y'all doing? I'm Eli / TheologyMatters, and welcome to the new channel somewhat. I'm gonna be doing a lot more of this type of stuff. While there's nothing in these. I'm gonna do more of this since I'm free and trying to do this full time. So today we got a great show for you, or at least the episode for you. And so we're basically there's been this big thing on Twitter about Catholics being Zionists or anti-Zionists or white supremacists and a host of other things. So I'm going to show you why actually Catholics shouldn't be for any Zionists or shouldn't be Zionists. Yeah, actually, because there's no reason for us to be supporting a nation of Jews. Or Judaism or any of that. And we'll get into it because there is that one reason, and the one reason that I'll be listing, which is the only reason you need with regards to this conversation, because a lot of people would like to throw stuff out, and that's why I have to get into, I've written 3/4 disclaimers. So, because I had like 6 initially. I forgot the other 2. But so one, I'm going to start this out because everyone usually does this. So one, I don't listen to Nick Fuentes. I don't listen to pretty much anything that he does. I don't follow him. I think I retweeted him like once. And it's just, I agreed with it. You know, it's like, that's just how it is. You know, I don't agree with everything that some people state. You know, I've probably watched one clip from him in 1 month, and that was like 4 minutes. So, but I don't necessarily am going after him. I don't support him, nor do I, coming after him. I'm just stating, because I have to say that, because of course that's going to be something that I'm going to bring up, and people will just hate me for, focus, thank you. Is just going to not like me for. The other one is I don't hate Jews. Yes, I said that right for a minute. I thought I said that wrong. I disagree with Judaism. I don't think Judaism is true, and we're going to get into that, like, why that kind of leads into why it's like it's not the hate. And the other one is Christ is King. So I'm not going to shout Christ is King like I've done a victory dance. I don't particularly like it. It's kind of like saying, okay, boomer. I don't do that either because it's not an argument. It's just a retort for something. The only time I have used an okay boomer was one guy talking about video games. Once. Maybe twice. But that is about it. So I think I've covered a lot of disclaimers to get, like, I'm a pretty neutral dude in this. Because how I'm approaching this is not like a prudential decision. This is just faith-based question. And so I think I'll show you. So I wrote a tweet, which kind of launched this in more. So Candace Owens currently is being attacked for speaking something. I don't care to listen because there's so much noise in it. It's hard to see what is actually true or not. And honestly, there's something that my brother says that I should probably be watching. And I see it everywhere else too. Something about a planet. I don't know if I can say the name. It starts with an E, and it's 6 letters. So, anyways, moving. So this is what Lila. So I saw this first. So Lila Rose, my sister of the faith, because she is Catholic. At least I'm pretty sure about that. She does a lot of great pro-life work with Live Action. And I think I saw someone retweet it and say, don't get into this debate, stay where you are. Which, yeah, so we're going to talk about her tweet. So she talks about there's a bunch of Muslim nations, a bunch of Muslims, there's one Jew nation, and, the Jews. So being anti-Zionist, she says, is anti-Semitic. I probably would get grouped into being an anti-Zionist purely because I'm Catholic, which is kind of funny that she mentions, because I'll get into my reply, which is pretty much the video. But yeah, she talks about the ancestral homeland and then, hating Jews, which is kind of why I had to say these disclaimers, because this, so Israel has a right to exist is at the very end, which I think is Israel has a right to exist. If that be the case, then are we going to allow the Native Americans to have their land back? Because I bet she would probably say, no, that's wrong because, we sneezed on them and won. Sorry. But, like, this is how war is. Like, for crying out loud, if we want to be like, Israel has a right to exist, then we shouldn't be 13 colonies. Like, war is just how it works. Like, things change. Like, Yugoslavia should still be here. Just the world changes. And so I replied with this. One, I called her my fellow sister in Catholicism. Protestants, don't get mad at me for that. I just mean to be more specific. So I talked about the Great Commission. So because the war in the Middle East, or the October 7th and everything that happened with that, it's not about Islam. It's not about Judaism. It's not about the land either. It's not just about the Gaza Strip, but it's about religion. Wait, I just caught an error. Wow. Yeah, it should be flip. Okay, well, I wrote this in 2 minutes. You can't blame me. So it is about Islam. Oh wait, I forget what I said. Past me. Sorry. So it's about the world becoming Christian. So like the anti-Zionists are predominantly a lot of, I would say, far more Christians. And even more than that, a bunch of Catholics. Like I think Nick is supposed to be Catholic as well. So I think that's how a lot of Catholics think like, well, he's our guy, so we need to deal with him. But I kind of have the same opinion he does, and it's not because I hate Jews or I think they control everything. It's that I just am Catholic. Like, it's as simple as that. It's because I believe in... Hold on, I got a thing back here. Because I believe in this... Sorry, camera is... Because I believe in this, the church. I believe in the church. The church has... I'm sorry if you can't hear me. So the church is what I believe in, because I believe in God, right? Like, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in his church. They gave the keys to Peter. And then I believe in the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. Those are the... I don't think there are 4 marks. I think it's something else. But either way, but the conversation but anyway, so I basically write it's about the world becoming Christian. Because why, as a Catholic, should I be trying to fight for an Israel nation when I'm not Jewish? Like, even in my blood, I'm mostly German. And then again with that, you know, dependent on the history, because there's some inaccuracies. By the way, there was a quote on the other one. You can't say it, though. So, but even with that, you have to ask the question of, like, why would a Catholic vote for a Israel nation? Because, like, why do I care about Judaism? Okay, it might have been the beta, but I play the real game, which is Catholicism. Like, that's how I've always changed it. It's like Judaism was just the beta. And then there's the real game, which is Catholicism. And then there's the pirated version, which is Islam. So only the true version of Christianity is Catholicism. They both start with C's. And so why would I fight for a Jewish nation which believes that God himself, Jesus Christ, the man who came down from heaven, or went up to heaven, sorry, wrong direction, who comes to us in the body and blood of every mass, the Jews say no to that. So do the Muslims. Like, I don't even care if the Muslims, like, I was reading a space, and they were talking about, like, the Muslims have more respect than the Jews. And I'm like, I don't care. They're both wrong. And that's the only answer. And that's why I say the only reason that Catholics need to be against, focus in. Thank you. The only reason Catholics have to be against any of this is because of the Great Commission that we've been given to evangelize the world, to make the entire world Catholic, to make a universal faith. And that's the only reason to be so-called anti-Zionists, right? Like, no, I'm not going to fight for a Jewish nation because then that just allows the Jews to think that, oh, it's okay to be Jewish. No, it's it's false. Judaism is false. Same as Islam is false. Like, Caitlyn Jenner is Bruce. It's in the same manner of it's a lie. It's in the same way of like with Dave Rubin. He's an unrepentant homosexual. Yeah, no dip. I'm going to call that out because it's wrong. Goes against what? Natural law. I'm pretty sure it's the term. So anyways, so this is pretty much the set. So because the Great Commission is a very uniformed thing, right? Like it's not this weird prudential decision like the death penalty where you can choose to be either yay, kill them or not. This is like the faith. And the faith tells us to evangelize the world, and that includes the Jews, that includes the Muslims. And so I don't know what the solution is for the fight, but I do agree with, I think, I want to say Trump is saying at least to stop the fighting. I don't think Pope Francis might be saying the same. But yeah, both need to put down their arms and convert. And that should be the message that we all should be having as Christians. We should all be telling them to convert to Jesus Christ. And any Catholic that's, well, we need to be nice to the nice to the Jews and nice to the Muslims. Would you say maybe the same about, so would you say that same about a leftist who wants to transition his child? And you'd probably say no, because a lot of these guys, like Lila is supposedly, I would say, conservative. So the fact that she is throwing stuff like this, sorry, let me bring it back. The fact that she's throwing stuff like this out, it's just, it does make you go, why? So, but anyways, so that's all for me. Thank you all for watching. I'm hoping to have another one about big tent conservatism, but it's 2. I meant to do this at 1. So anyways, so I'd like you all to hit the big red subscribe button. Please let me know if you want more of this. If you got something else, or if I'm rambling, I'm sorry. It's the first one. Technically, it's not. I tested it out with modesty, but I couldn't do well like I did this. I felt better on this. If I felt good, then hit the like button for me. Write a comment. Write stuff out if I feel like I rambled too much in the bottom, if you could. And I will see you all